It's just fantastic. Captain's Log, Subject 211217.4. On the 17th day of Moistmas, my whole crew gave to me a Toby mug, a jar of honey, and an engineering block with Bork's face on it. I think I'm going to use that block on my entire NPC crew's faces. Pricks. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter, or Twat. Today we're going to start with a video. I can't play the audio of it, but it's really cringy music. It's playing on the screen now. It came from Libs of TikTok, so yes, the video came from TikTok. The end is near. Quote retweeted by Mr. Misanthropic. We desperately need to bring back bullying. Now, of course, I'm not going to condone any idea of bringing back bullying. I think it's quite amusing when people try to express themselves and end up looking like a collective of tits. At the same time, I can be almost certain that they were bullied anyway. It just didn't yield the desired outcome of being, well, what many would consider to be normal. Or the desired outcome being less of a narcissistic, attention-seeking, clout-chasing, clickbaiting, all the gender-using person. So if anything, this video has been a rip-roaring success because they got more attention courtesy of this video. Hello to those on TikTok who make those kind of videos. I'm starting to understand more and more why I don't make content over there. So next we go to some audience participation, courtesy of Sproxy Husky Dumb Dog. What is this? Wrong answers only. Replies from Scythy. Tinkerbell's butt plug. Interestingly, when you go to the original tweet itself, the vast majority of the replies indicate something sexual. Some saying that it's the end of a super big audio cable, a teeny door handle, a .175 caliber pellet, which it does look like, to be honest. And the final one I'm going to mention is a chess piece, because also that could be applicable here for those who are gnomes. As it's audience participation, do tell me what you think it is. I initially thought it was the back of an earring. You know, it's one of those butterfly things, but not a butterfly. Stud? Is that what we call it? I haven't had my ear pierced in like 20 years. I can't remember this. Next we go to Netflix Watcher, Freya Allen on Henry Cavill. He's like a Witcher Bible on set. We're doing a scene and he's like, we should use this line from page 253 of Blood Elves. This is a reference to a very successful show on Netflix based on books and yes, video games. If you haven't read the books or played the games, watch the show instead. If you don't want to do that, just read the tweet, alright? There's a reason I'm mentioning this. Many people agree with how Henry Cavill is on set, in the sense of being someone that not only knows what he's talking about, but believes he knows a way forward to improve the quality. When people are truly immersed in the source material, it shows in their performances. Not everything is about Marvel cut shut, odd little references here and there from various different sagas and eras. Another great reference to people who are truly invested with what they do would have been Sir Christopher Lee as Saruman, because he did in fact change what Peter Jackson wanted to do, because it turns out Lee knew the better way, because Lee had met J.R.R. Tolkien. He knew better, and he was right. So in the respect of people who are immersed in the material making or being a part of a production, I tend to agree with Weeboo here. If we had more purists on set for adaptations, the world would be a better place. I think the quality of the show would be superior. It wouldn't be generic and people wouldn't simply accept what's in front of them as fact. And especially from things that are adapted from literature, whether that be novel, graphic, or comic. If you're not truly invested and you don't know what you're doing, it shows. I don't think there's a version of this video where I can't reference my irrelevancy. Comes courtesy of a thread with Hannah Clark, Afro KJ, going backwards and forwards, also Rowan Cloud, hi Rowan. It's more a compliment than insult when someone says I had surgery for large boobs when they are 100% real. Afro KJ, you got no proof, show the papers you got from the doctors after they made your tits plastic. Tell me you're a virgin without telling me you're a virgin. You're probably like 12. Stay in school kid, you need it. Afro, Amatanth, better. Rowan, look you annoying twat waffle. If you feel that way then stop bothering Hannah. Go simp on Amatanth, and nobody gives a feck about your opinion. Also, seen both, I'd kick it with Hannah before Amatanth. Afro, If you want, Hannah, this is your competition, fam. Good luck. Underneath is a picture, an inaccurate picture of course, of Nick DeCartman, I believe. Hannah has replied with a picture of me. This is the part where I'm interested in the discussion. Man's been irrelevant since Pyro, bruh. His whole channel is a waste of clout. In 2020, Pyrocynical faced a whole number of allegations from somebody that he had acted inappropriately towards that person. I made 2 videos on the subject and was called out by Just Stop and Edwin Generation. Is that it? Yeah. I addressed it privately with the person who made the accusations and moved on by unlisting those 2 videos. Also, in retrospect, I don't know if anyone can prove anything anymore. It is a redundant thing. Second, as far as your reference to clout goes, I don't frequent communities, so I don't make it a point to try and get clout, other than to be myself and not be involved. You also follow up by pointing out that I have 100,000 subscribers but 0 Bitcoin and relevancy, which is true. I do have 102,000 now, thank you very much for that. I do have 0 Bitcoin, not just because they're extremely expensive, but also because I have no vested interest in cryptocurrency. And thirdly, I have no relevancy, which is good, because it means then I can carry on without being too badly noticed and making too big a mistake, too badly polarizing people, and becoming like every other generic commentary channel that just gets flayed by half the people that watch them, because at least with the smaller audience that I have that I'm incredibly grateful for, I don't have to worry about the constant barrage of criticism. Moving on from me stroking my own ego for a few minutes. At Vegan Future, you don't need to eat meat to get protein. Underneath is an image showing that you get more protein from peanut butter than you do from beef. That plants have all the protein you need with none of the violence. Quote retweeted by Ben Carpenter. Ethics aside, 100 grams of peanut butter equals 597 calories. 100 grams of strip steak equals 117 calories. To obtain 100 grams of protein, you would need to eat 500 calories of steak or 2,600 calories of peanut butter. Eating peanut butter for protein is like eating pizza for its tomato content. And because the point went right over people's heads, he had to follow up with another tweet. FYI, for those who misinterpreted the point of this post, I said ethics aside because I was specifically discussing peanut butter as a source of protein. I did not make any claim supporting beef meat omnivore diets. There are better protein sources than peanuts, that is all. When people see a point, and they decide you're just wrong because you're still condoning it, they will make it all about ethics, rather than the original point in itself, and there are better sources of protein. So the poster that Vegan Future is promoting is inaccurate. But of course, when it comes to making grand points, that's irrelevant. So as I want to stroke my ego some more, I'm going to go to Irate Alex, but I'm going to go to a Discord DM first. Alex sent me an image of somebody criticizing me. Underneath is an image response from Life of a Free Spirit. Hello, Callie. My response to this was incredibly grown up. I got pwned, wrecked, cancelled. Alex wrecked. It's over for me. Amazing Grace sung by Alex. Me. When I get my play button, I'll mail it to them. Alex. Poo on it first. Me. Will do. The image itself is a tweet from someone called I Wanna Be Sedated. I'm wary of anybody who'd go this far to defend a disgusting song as satire, honestly. But the defender you mentioned also promotes reaction channels like Omegon, who regularly traffics in hard-right bigotry. I'm not surprised. I also saw this through Cecil McFly, because I didn't realise I was a reaction channel or hard-right. And I did go and look for the entire Twitter thread, because I really did need the context. And I did manage to archive it. I found it fascinating. It was a discussion about the song Anime Thighs, which, according to Alex, is a song about a body pillow. The lyrics were rewritten, but ultimately it still doesn't change the fact that I do not care about it in the slightest. And I actually couldn't see the tweet from I Wanna Be Sedated because, well, I'm blocked. So I decided to tweet out a poll. Is one bitch made if they shit talk tweet about you from behind a block? Now, of course, there is context, and it does matter on the individual. And I'm going to insert this now. There's only one person blocked on my Twitter account. I have no intention of increasing it. So I found it very funny that I would be blocked by somebody who's willing to talk shit about me while I'm blocked. Which is why Alex, I'm assuming, sent me the image because the tweets were protected, and why Cecil McFly tweeted the image at me. To the final subject, we go to Linktree. I used to use it for everything that I promote, all condensed under one banner, taking to a website where you can then go through all the links, and there were quite a few. Well, yesterday, after getting an email telling them I'd paid them for my monthly subscription, I found out through Ondiavari that I had been removed due to inappropriate use of the service. So I reached out to customer support, and I essentially got nothing. I was left on hold for 52 minutes, where they then said, by the way,
we'll get back to you because I've escalated this. So, yeah, okay.
Turns out I'm not the only person though that has suffered this fate. Tipster has as well, so I am a tad curious. There was nothing on Twitter indicating anyone else had suffered this fate, and since all I ever did was link to other YouTube channels, BitChute, Twitter, Instagram, the usual shill places, Patreon, I'm a tad confused, also irked, because there are hundreds of videos with that Linktree link that now does not work, meaning I now have to go and get all the links and put them in the pinned comment in the, comments down below. They'll be there with the sources. Sorry, folks. Hopefully it'll be back up and running within the next week. I do hope so, because I don't believe I've done anything wrong. I really don't touch it beyond what I initially put on it, none of which led to anything unsavory. Now, as we're done, I would very much like to know what you all think, so please do let me know in the comments down below. If I don't see you on Twitch tonight, have a fantastic day, and thank you all very much for listening.